Well, don't you worry. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to drill you into becoming the best General Hearts of Iron 4 has ever seen. Paradox is going to be afraid of you. That's just how dangerous you're going to be. You're going to be a mean machine. We're going to teach those croissant eating, tea drinking allies what you're made of, right? What you can. Okay, now I've organized my armies. There's one thing I want you to understand is that this is not going to be a tutorial on all the basics, okay? I expect you to understand what a research slot is and what a factory is. This is just going to be a helpful guide, as to say, as to you already understand the basics of this game, but you don't yet understand really how to get Germany, how to win a match with Germany, basically. So first things first, we want to get our factories going. So we want to go into the electric, we want to do this one for the research speed, and then we want to get production as soon as possible. Okay, construction 1, and we pretty much want to get oil processing as quickly as possible too, even though there's no real haste on that one. Then we want to build as many civs as we can in the fastest provinces. Okay, in the fastest provinces, you can see here with the 80%, right? It's the most, what we would call infrastructure. Okay, so you want to go into these. Here's fine. Here's fine as well. You want to build these as quickly as possible. I prefer not to do it in Hanover, because Hanover you could later potentially use to also build a naval dockyard there rapidly. Okay, just a little bit of an extra bonus, I guess you're gonna get. And to be honest, every bonus counts, because the easier and more reliably you're going to be able to cross the English Channel. We've got some free military effects, so let's fix up our production here. Now, we kind of want to let these subs go. We pretty much want to delete anything that's past 1940. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of these large ships, even though, well, this one's pretty much finished. So let's get this one out of the way as well. Okay. And let's just maximize them all. We want to set it to 1 because we want to get them done. We don't want them to make more. Just finish what you started. That's pretty much what we're saying now. And then we want to put 1 Type 7 class submarine. Put all naval dockyards on that one. Set it to the whatever you really want. It doesn't really matter that much. We're going to consolidate later on anyways. And we want to build a lot of convoys. Now with regards to the production here, you want to make a lot of fighters. You can pretty much delete the bombers. You don't really need those. To be honest, close air support is handy, but you don't. The most important part is getting as many fighters going. Okay, so let's get a lot of fighters. We want to make some tanks. A little bit of artillery. A little bit extra on that. And yeah, why not? We could also do that and do this, okay? It's pretty much the setup we're gonna get. Remember, this is not like there's one best way to do it, but personally I want to optimize pretty much for the part where we're going to cross the channel. Because as I said, you're gonna be able to beat Poland. You're gonna be able to beat France. This is all not very difficult. Real problem occurs if you can't pass the channel, you're screwed. Your game is pretty much over. That's the moment you want to optimize for. And there's really only, well, 2 things you need to focus on, is getting naval superiority and getting air superiority. Once you have that on the channel, you're gonna be set. You're gonna be fine. There's gonna be no problem. Now the national focus. Now some people say you have to go first with remilitarized Rhineland so you can get political power as quickly as possible. Makes sense. I could somewhat understand where you're coming from. Personally, however, I think it can wait. And I would prioritize the 4-year plan, because you want to get your civs going as quickly as possible. That also means you don't want to do this one too quickly. It doesn't really matter for now. We want to get our civs going as quickly as possible. It also means that this part of the tech tree you can pretty much ignore for now. I've always kind of seen this part of the tech tree as being pretty, how do you say it, useless-ish. It's just not that useful. I would focus on the 4-year plan first, and then we're gonna do the construct the Reichsautobahn. Then we're gonna get KDF wagon factories. Then we're gonna do some of the autarky ones. We're gonna do some of these. And eventually we'll have 50 civs. Then we want to get this one as quickly as well. You really want to get down to this one as quickly as you can. Okay? And you need 50 civilian factories for that. Okay? So that's what we're building right now. And after some time we can start doing remilitarized Rhineland. Doesn't, there's no really haste behind that for now. Even though the PP is quite nice. We have nothing in basic training. We want to train a good amount of Panzer Division. It doesn't really matter how much you put in here. It only really starts to matter once you're in war, to be honest. So for now, it doesn't really matter. Just put in 10 divisions. Build as many as you can. And you just want men in the field right now. For the very simple fact that you want to be able to do the Anschluss as quickly as you can. Okay? You need 500k manpower for that. Okay? Now, with regards to trade, you have to be a little bit tactical about trade, okay? Once we're looking at rubber, where would we want to get rubber from? We can get it from France. That's actually quite fine, okay? Yes, you're going to battle with France, but the thing is, you're going to own France. It's going to be, once again, not being able to conquer France is going to be very difficult. There's no way you're going to mess that up. So what I want you to do, or what I usually do at least, is just buy for 8 for 1. Of course, 2 for 14 is a terrible deal. So you just do this one, and then I do the Kingdom of Siam to fill the rest. We have some decisions available. You want to watch the decisions, because eventually what's going to come up is, to be honest, the propaganda and political are not that interesting, by the way. What's eventually going to come up are decisions that are going to reduce your consumer goods, okay? And that's a decision you definitely want to take, because it's going to speed up, accelerate the production of civilian factories even more. Available special price. Honestly, I don't really worry about this one. I honestly don't really care. If you're gonna do it, I guess the military engineering vehicle is quite good. So you can do that one. But you still need a lot of XP to, well, enable it pretty much in your divisions. So I wouldn't stress it. To be honest, it's not going to be a make or break. And this is one thing you want to watch for in the beginning, because it's very common to get too much of one good. As you can see here, we're already doing too much rubber. We don't want to import that much rubber, so we want to cut it back. And as you can see, now we're in the greenback. We don't want to import too much because you can't store it. Additionally, you want to get here Hjalmar Schacht as soon as possible, because it's going to reduce your consumer goods factories factor. It does disable being able to get Walter Funk, but eventually the MIFO bills are gonna run out anyways, so you might as well just take this one in the meantime. Now you can see the 4-year plan finished, so let's take this one, the Reichsautobahn. So we get maximum infrastructure in Brandenburg, Hanover, Thüringen, and Franken it was, which is Franken and Brandenburg and Hanover, right? And Hanover, we want to keep that one for the naval dockyards, which we're going to need pretty soon. Now we can modify our government, so you want to get Hjalmar Schacht as soon as possible. Also, don't worry too much with this one, because, or with this one, sorry, because we're going to go into autarky pretty quickly, so it's just wasted PP, and that's definitely not something you want to do in the beginning. So just realize that. Then we want to get KDF Wagen, because we get 2 civs. The reason, by the way, we're going for oil processing so soon is because you want this technology to be able to get these 3 focuses. Otherwise, you're going to run out of time. That's basically it. Otherwise, you're going to run out of time for this one. We can do the south, or we can do the east. You can also just do autarky immediately, because then you get extra construction speed of 5%, which is pretty strong, so let's do that one. We've unlocked electronic mechanical engineering, and you just pretty much want to go down that tree, go to mechanical, because we want all the research bonuses as soon as we can. Eventually you also want radio, but not now because we're not in combat, so we don't really need it for now. We're not even, the thing is, once you shouldn't really worry about your army right now. The army part comes later. For now we just really want to build up our economy. Now we got autarky efforts, and we want to start doing the establish the Reichswerken. Reichswerke? Sorry, my German is not that good. So establish the Reichswerke, because then we get 2 extra civs. After that, we want to do institute price controls for the very simple thing that we don't want the consumer goods factories going up a whole lot. Now we also got basic machine tools, and we want to continue on towards the production efficiency cap, right? You can also take the dispersed industry 1, which you can, but to be honest, since you've got a bonus right now, you might as well just take the more advanced one. But you definitely want to get dispersed industry eventually. Now there are 2 ways you can really go. We've got 150 PP. You can get Franz Selde, who is, well, pretty much very good for output and efficiency growth. That's a pretty strong one. You can also, and that's the road I personally always take, is get the industrial research speed right now, because that's what you really need to build up your industry. Okay, output is important, but the most important thing right now is building as many factories. And we're going to be able to do that by having more advanced industry tech. And that's what we're going to get with, well, putting Krupp in this position. Now we've also got established the Reichswerke, then we want to do institute the price controls as quickly as possible, because we don't want the MIFO bills to absolutely crush us. Remember, by the way, I don't know when they changed it, but back in the day it used to be that focuses would take 70 days, albeit you had way fewer focuses back then. So now we see that the Spanish Civil War got declared. What you want to do is get 2 infantry units, put them in a separate army. For example, under Feder von Bach, doesn't really matter, you just want that army XP. Even though it's also good for the general though. And as you can see, limited number is usually 2. If you wait a little bit, sometimes it gets a little bit more, but for now, we'll just put Feder von Bach in there. We've got construction 1, which is very good. We immediately want to continue to construction 2. Now we've instituted price controls. We can go for coal liquidification, which is not a bad one, arguably, because we get 1 synthetic refinery and then we can continue going down this route. So let's just do coal liquefaction, sorry. Our boys landed in Spain, and it's not for holiday this time. This time is to fight a war. And I just usually just put them over there and let them kind of do whatever they want. To me, it's not that important how they fight the war, because pretty much the nationalists are gonna win anyway, so who really cares, you know? Now you want to keep on watching your trade from time to time. You want to make sure that you're not wasting civs. It's going to give you a notification when you're not getting enough resources, but when you're spending too much, it doesn't give you a notification. So you really want to be very wary of managing your civs, because it's a crucial factor pretty much. You know, if you're spending too much, you're going to slow down your progress, which is honestly something as Germany you cannot afford doing that in the first years. Everything is about speed here. As you can see, a lot of this is, for example, the Huschbenzin is we need oil processing or rubber processing. So it's good that we already started researching that. Now it's pretty beneficial to go for Rhineland, because we'll get our civs, or 50 civs, by the time we finish Rhineland, and then we can go for develop Heraus research facilities, which not only gives us some resources, but mainly it gives us the research slot, which you want to unlock as quickly as possible. We've also unlocked an armored support vehicle. I mean, yeah, you can build it if you want to. We're just currently not really in the position to do it. We first need more military factories. We're slowly starting to spend a little bit too much on the MIFO bills, but once again, as you can see here, we have a lot of price control measures that we can now do, which we definitely want to do. So we want to get big gain base war support, change popularity of, well, you know, This one I don't think is too good because you don't really use the metal, but you can do it if you want to. Honestly, as you can see, develop these two are the same. At least I think, right? Hold up, what's going on here? Definitely the first 4. You want to do those so you don't have to spend that much on consumer goods, because that's going to be a real killer. I think right now we can see it here somewhere. 20 is being spent on consumer goods and 26 on construction, and it used to be a way more. And that's really why you want that PP, right? We're also doing remilitarized Rhineland, which is going to give us some extra PP. We've got remilitarization of the Rhineland, so that's good. Let's go for the next focus. Oh, man, really? What's going on here? Ah! 2 civilian factories. Almost as if we exactly needed that, huh? Mind you, we're also building them, so. Also got improved machine tools. So that's good. And now you can go into dispersed industry if you want to. You can also do the rubber processing. It also gives you that extra focus, right? But first, let's just go for dispersed industry and we'll let rubber or oil processing do the rubber thing. We got oil processing now. So let this one do the... We can also go deeper, actually. Oh, it's 325 days? Pooh, that's tough. Yeah, no, we're going for rubber. We can also modify our government. Now it's really useful to go for the Minister of Labor. We've got the Rotterdam now as well, which is really good. Because now we got 51 factories. We got 53 in use, but that's from trade mainly. Let's first get another research thing going. Yeah, we can do that obviously. Let's go for naval and let's do this one, the magnetic detonator, because it makes our subs a lot more powerful, which is something we're gonna need. And now we also immediately want to go for develop the research facilities for obvious reasons. We've got mechanical computing, really nice. It's not really useful to go deeper into that. We can also just do artillery, so let's do that. We also got rubber processing, that's really good for the other focus that we can do. We can also go for refining, to be honest. It's not too bad. We also want to start putting some naval dockyards in the pipeline, just so we can produce more naval dockyards. And we want to put some military factories. Let's just put this one on top. In construction as well. Let's put this one there. What you want to be very wary of is building civs for too long. Civilian factories have this payoff where they're really useful to build early on, but once you start doing it too much or for too long, you're not going to have enough military or naval dockyards, so you want to watch out with that. We also got our extra research slot, and yeah, let's go for this one. We got a bonus on it, so we want to go with south, I think, and then we slowly want to start working towards the Anschluss. Let's get this one with the political power gain, and we get some extra war support. It's not bad. It's pretty much, yeah, it's alright. You could also, if you want to, I don't think that's actually even in that one, is Army Drill. It's also not bad. Fishing training time minus 10% is quite a good one, actually. It might actually be the one I would go for instead. I don't think mine is too bad of a pick, but the drill is pretty good as well. Reorganize the Wehrmacht, because then we also can go for Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which could be a pretty useful one. Let's go with reorganize the Wehrmacht. And now, as you can see, once again, we've got too much rubber. So let's just cut the one from France. We don't want to waste our civs. And we want to continue researching dispersed industry too. We got reorganize the Wehrmacht. Don't really think you should go for this one. I want to wait for the Anschluss. Basically, once you can get the Anschluss, is pretty good. So we want to go for the Anschluss. We need more than 50,000 infantry equipment in the army. We can now start building some military factories. Not too bad. Got some artillery. Got some support companies going. And I personally really like logistics. Not really fuel hospitals, kind of usually. You want to go for logistics, I've always noticed, because it reduces attrition. You want to keep your XP so we can modify our battalions. We want to, or our, what is it, division? We want to bring our infantry division to 20 widths, as you can see over here. Save that. We would also preferably want to edit our Panzer division to do somewhat the same. What you would do is you would add some light tanks and you would add some motorized. The reason you're adding motorized is so you can still keep your organization up. Okay, otherwise your organization is just going to get crushed. Save that one. There we go. We also got some PP now. Let's go for the army drill, because we want to get as many boots on the ground as we can. You know, all the other armies are, for example, this one, or what is it? Are regrouping and whatever, are only really useful once you start fighting. So for now, this one is basically the best one to get. We're gonna get concentrated armament program, unless we can do the... We can do the Anschluss already. Look at that. That's what we want to do. You eventually want to get Victor Schütze for the extra submarine attack and defense. For now, however, for the Theorist, let's go with Submarine Designer for the extra production cost reduction, which is really useful. Okay, so now we got Anschluss, which is good. You can also research something extra. That's a radio then. We're gonna need that anyways. Let's first get the military factory. All of these divisions, what I always do is take them. I've got now all, I believe, and change them into standard infantry divisions. Anschluss of Austria. We also got more military factories. We really need to make some extra tanks, I see. Extra of these. Let's also make some extra airplanes. I usually put the squeeze on them. I think it's alright. You rarely get into war with Austria, so, or with Yugoslavia, so... By the way, you also want to get Oberösterreich, because this is a 4-factory, 100% province. You also kind of want to reallocate some of the stuff that's being wasted here. So for example, here you got Rhineland, which is okay, and Sachsen as well, but you got Oberbayern here. All of these other ones that are 100%. You see? You obviously want to max the 100% ones out, as you can see over here. And we want to produce even more here in... Oh, not this one. In Oberösterreich. You want to get these. Place them over there as well. Gives you a little bit of an extra boost. Also, let's place all these and convert them to Panzer divisions. Concentrated armament program. It's pretty good. Let's also reassert our eastern claims now. We've also got logistics company now. Let's go. Oh, I really want radio. Let's start upping our equipment. Would actually not been bad to do the infantry equipment one here. This one would have probably been a better pick, to be honest. But it's not something that's gonna ruin our match. But just if you want to absolutely optimize, I think that would probably be the best one. Yeah, let's just do excavation 2 then. France and Britain alliance. Yeah, no shit. We can demand Sudetenland. So let's do that. Computing machine. And what you'll notice is that now really the heat starts picking up for the game. It's not too bad. You can also start making mediums if you want to. Now would also be somewhat the time you could start thinking about, should we maybe cut the Mayfield bills? Because they're starting to become a drag. Like quite a big drag as well. You own about 81 factories, but about 38 are used for consumer goods. Very big part of that is due to the MIFO bills. So it is something you can start thinking about, but you could also start maybe doing these. It would be quite good. Consumer goods factory. You do get one less trade thing. You get a little bit less trade balance, stability. Let's just do that one. That's a good one. As you can see now with the Mifo, we get 45. Stability is quite high, so we could actually sacrifice some stability. And let's just do another one. Yeah, it's not too bad. So now our consumer goods factories are once again up and running. As you can see now, we are using just 30. So we enabled 8 more civilian factories to start running, which is just phenomenal. I mean, the Munich conference, get some political power. Anything else? As you can see, our construction is just running up, and we're just starting to produce some extra convoys now as well, so it's really good. What you need to realize is that once we get Czechoslovakia, we're gonna get such a boost to our civs and military factories. It's just gonna be crazy. So definitely not very bad to get. It's definitely when you want to start rushing, because it's basically just 70 days, and yes, world tension gets increased, but you get Czechoslovakia, which is so many civs and so many military factories. You want to get that out of the way as soon as you can. And we've got the fate of Czechoslovakia. Put the squeeze on the Yugoslavians. Now here's the age-old question. Should you set up Slovakia as a puppet state? I'm gonna tell you already, don't do it. The very simple reason is that you want all the factories. Okay? You want all the factories that are available. The little bit of manpower that you can extract from the puppet is honestly not worthwhile. I think this is probably the best course of action for now. Let's continue building up our stuff. As you can see, we're also now getting our military civs going. Really good. Let's get some extra naval dockyards out here. Nationalist victory in Spanish Civil War. Okay. Let's just get Italy in on our plan. Let's start producing more tanks. Also focus more on aircraft. Let's also start producing those in Turingen, because what that allows us pretty much to stop importing that stuff. We want to pump out as many of these as we can, by the way. Let's just start pumping out. Low on manpower. Okay, we want to go to extensive conscription pretty soon. Italy joins the Axis, good. Nothing can stand against us. Pretty much have everything we want. So I guess we can go for Danzig or war. I never really feel like this is worth it. Just takes too long. Even though I do think having 1/2 year extra of time could really do very well for us. So I'm just looking for some. We can do demand Slovenia. I mean, for now we have the time. We really don't want to, because the thing is, just now we're in the position where we're starting to build up our army, and that's just happening now. So it's a bit of a, it would be a bit sad to go to war now, because it's just, our army is just starting. You feel me? We finally put the coals in the, or you know, the coals in the steam engine. So it's just now that we finally get going. We don't really want Slovenia, but it's better than having nothing and just sitting around here. Also, let's put the logistics company in our divisions. We don't even have a recon division here? Wow, that's crazy. Let's do that first. A triumph for Germany. We got some extra provinces now. Oh, we can also get the naval dockyards. Let's do that one, actually. It's pretty useful. The rest of Yugoslavia, because it's just, it takes 105 days, man. I mean, come on, dude. The one province is nice because we can get it in 30 days, or the 2 provinces, actually. It gives us 1 civ. Really? 1 civ? Oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. That was really just a waste of time. Also got improved rubber processing now. So that's really good. Means we can probably reduce our trade. We also want to pay attention to this, by the way. We don't want to retreat. We don't want to start Danzig or war and then have this situation here without an army. It has happened to me a few times, I'm not gonna lie. And you're so focused on Poland, and then out of the blue you're like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on the way? Oh, and then they're like all over here. It happens. It happens. Could also do this one for the Axis Synthetic. It's actually quite useful. And after that we can do Danziger War. Actually, my tank divisions are so few. I don't know what's going on with my tanks, but they're just... Normally I start with a shitload more tank divisions, so I don't know what's going on here. Okay, now we want to start thinking about cutting the Mefos. Because 54%, oh man, yeah, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. I just don't know whether, yes, after this one, 64%, now it's gonna get cut. So let's cancel the Mefos and let's do the Danziger War. Let's get some more refineries going. Brandenburg, Franken, because you kind of need the oil as well. And let's also produce some extra these. Let's start getting our boats ready. And get the U-boats over there. And let's get you Carl Donitz, obviously. I think it's always Silent Hunter you gotta go for, right? And then you get the two... Yep. Always go for Silent Hunter. Let's do the maneuver warfare. I think we can also get the subductions. Yep, because we have a lot of army XP. Infantry maybe. Soft attack for support. Oh, that's strong. Oh, let's do that. That's very strong. Now as you can see we have a shitload of fighters. MP38's unlocked. And we don't have the Mefo builds, of course, so we want to get this guy. When we can. We've got dispersed industry. We can also go for rubber even more. It's probably pretty handy, actually. I also kind of want to unlock the new U-boats that are going to be available. Poland refuses to cede Danzig. Okay. Got the war goals now. Let's get some extra stability going, I guess. It's not too bad. Yeah, overall, I think we're actually ready to declare war on them. So let's do that. You really don't want to postpone this stuff for too long, that's the thing. Oh, wait. We don't want to do around the match, you know? Just the one you really want. Not the Führerprinzip, yeah, I mean, who cares about the 2 days? Around the match, you know? Let's put you guys on attack. Declare war. Yeah, let's call our allies into it as well. Get the reserve fleet. Select. Give you an admiral. And have you put on convoy rating. Pretty much. We are winning. We have aerial superiorities. That's very good. Improved oil. Very good. We get extra fuel refining. It's not bad. We also want to put some fuel silos into the mix. So let's do that. Should be fine here. They don't really attack. They don't tend to do that. Alright, so we got Warsaw now. What's their next capital? How close are they? Oh, pretty darn close, I would say. Oh, they're pretty much cooked. Yeah, they're done. Follow Warsaw, war with France. Round Maginot has been completed as well. France's line is doing alright. Okay. We'll also get Operation Sealion going. The sooner that we get this over with, the faster we can start pushing on the Benelux. So, well, as you can see, we don't really need the convoy raiding anymore. So let's halt you. Hold. Because, well, there's kind of nowhere for the convoy to dock, so. Okay, now they're just... Now it's game over, pretty much. It's pretty much game over at this point for them. Yep, it is game over for them at this point. If these guys go over here, because now we're gonna start attacking the lowlands. We have quite some extra fighters. So let's have all of them over here. Get these troops ready. Declare war on the Netherlands first. Don't declare war on the entire Benelux, obviously. Because now we can pretty much just walk in. Take Amsterdam and they're done. Do see a lot of green stuff, so that's good. Even though the green is declining, so it's not very good. Look at that. We were attritioning our own units, which is crazy. We're out of fuel. We do need to make sure that we don't run out of fuel though, so. Okay, so now we are on the verge of Operation Case Yellow. Just Case Yellow, pretty much. Which is us invading France. Now, one thing you have to understand is that we have to defeat France before we can invade the UK for obvious reasons. We can, however, and that's another thing, set up some naval invasions already, so that's something we're gonna do. We're just gonna set up these two. Some people, they like to drop next to the harbor. I personally don't really like that. I find it's quite doable to just invade the harbor straight from the water, the English Channel. Jeez Louise. Sorry guys, I just woke up. We're gonna put our tanks over here, together with some infantry divisions, mainly to back it up in case of, so we don't get any holes in our defenses. We also want to block this ocean. Let's also give this guy an admiral, by the way. Hold up. Sure. We also have an Ostseeflotte, so we have to get that one in on the fight as well. It's just basically we need to get naval supremacy in the English Channel for just a short while. In the meantime, we are going to have to block this sea. So this is blocked for trade, simply because we don't want to resupply via the water. It makes no sense. I don't know why the AI does this, but it's bugging. And sometimes the AI does some goofy stuff, and that's why we need to step in and tell it like, hey, this is not really that smart. Modify the government. Obviously, we're gonna go for some infantry, and I prefer to be would also go for army regrouping, but we'll have to wait on the XP for that. And we already want to start stocking up some oil, okay, because we're gonna need that. We're gonna need the fuel, so you want to stack up on some oil, especially if you have enough fuel silos. You should be fine. You can store it. The air wings are looking decent. I think I have some more air, right? Yes. Let's put you over here. We don't have enough of anything, pretty much. So I'm thinking we could also, by the way, cut our convoys and start making more subs, because that's really just what we need. And we also need to make some trains, which is something I forgot, apparently. That's not really that handy. Yeah, we definitely just need to be very wary of our supply on our tanks, because that's gonna be the biggest bottleneck now. What we need to do is we need to defeat France as quickly as possible. And after that, we need to defeat the UK as quickly as possible. And really why I'm stressing that is we need to do it as quickly as possible. Okay? We need to... Oh, by the way, let me just cut the speed. We need to go as fast as we can. Because what's going to happen is after we beat France, the UK is going to pull all of its troops back to its mainland. So it's going to get flooded by units. And it also gets some special decisions where it can spawn some random ass divisions and whatever. It's all a mess, quite frankly. And that's obviously something we don't want, because it becomes very, very difficult to beat the UK once it's absolutely flooded with units. So speed is 100% of the essence. But first we need to defeat France, because you're not going to be able to do Operation Sealion before beating France, because the French Navy is going to be here. And that's going to be a real pain in the ass. And now it's pretty handy to do Operation Weserubung. We don't have an army there yet, but we'll be fine. Don't worry about that. But please keep note of your logistics, because that's going to be a real pain in the ass. You have to make sure that that's alright. Otherwise, you're just gonna get cooked. You know, that's just how it's gonna be. Let's do this one, because we get less supply and less fuel usage. That's really good. You really just want to push as hard as you can right now, because you want to beat the French as quickly as possible. That's just how you're kind of gonna do this. And to be honest, this shouldn't be the hard part, right? This should be the Belgium has capitulated. This shouldn't be the hard part. This should be, relatively speaking, the easiest part, because it's just rushing to Paris. That's just how it's. That's kind of how the thing works. Is get to Paris as quickly as possible. Try not to get too many people dead. Oh, look at that. We're already taking Paris. So that, here as you can see, Paris is gonna get cooked now. And now already France has fallen. Now we want to... How long is these gonna take? 22 and 50. 22 to 50. Okay, so that's actually not too bad. That's relatively quickly. You know what? Let's actually pull back our army divisions. And let them regenerate. Yeah, the problem with France's army is just they're absolutely toast. You know, it's just their debuffs and their nerfs and whatever. It's just absolutely crazy. Yes, here you go. So you get the event where France surrenders because God knows why. Now we're going to establish Vichy France, obviously. The reason for that is you want to keep the French fleet out of the hands of the Allies, okay? And you do that really just by establishing Vichy France. And what's going to happen otherwise is you're not going to get the navy. And you're going to waste a lot of manpower and infantry equipment on keeping the resistance low in the entirety of France, okay? Now what you could have done, and we didn't do, is if you have a spy network, you can establish a collaboration government, and then you can establish Vichy France as well, and then you'll get the full entire navy of France, but, well, we didn't do that, so... But that's definitely something, if you're playing through, it's something you can do. I personally just don't really like working with spies, I'm gonna keep it real, I just don't like the mechanics. But it is something you can do, and then after that you could also do some goofy stuff with the UK and make overall your invasion quite easy, actually, even a lot more easy than it is now, but I guess we're up for a challenge. You need 7,000 light tanks. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna make any extra panzers, because the units that we already have, they are ill supplied. So we need them to get more in terms of supply. Now I want my tanks at the ready to pretty much go whenever they have to. So we're gonna set them up over here, okay? So pretty much as soon as we land, we can just flood the gates of the UK with our tanks. Now we want to establish air supremacy on the channel, and 43 to 50 days, okay. We do have air supremacy, so that's good. Now let's also set up our boats. So, because it's gonna take some time to get naval supremacy, so it's not bad to already get our hands dirty in the waters. And let's actually cut back on these as well. I don't feel like you want to cut them wholly, because you don't want to get in the situation where you're at Barbarossa and you don't have no units left. You know what would be really handy is to have... Oh my days, what is happening over here? What happened? What the... What the... Okay, what is this? Oh my days. Okay, yeah, now let's just... Oh my days, bro. Jeez Louise, yeah, just execute. It doesn't really matter. Oh my days. Alliance with Spain, because Spain has a navy as well. It's gonna divert some away from the English Channel, so... Oh my days. Jeez Louise, what is happening, man? Come on, boys, get your act together. What's happening with this guy? Come on, bro. Okay. Let's put you guys in Hanover, force deploy. Who hired these guys? Who the hell hired these guys? Look what's going on. Of course, just attack. Come on, people. We should be able to get naval supremacy eventually, but... Yep, okay, Denmark capitulated as well. That's good. It used to be... I think they're going? Oh no, just looked like it. Or they're going. They're going. Okay, so Operation Sealion is green lit. Now what you want to do is get these armies and disperse them Get you over there. I think this one is over here. I think they can land. There's no one here, right? Let's just go on slow mode. Because you don't want to mess this part up, but... Yeah, so now we just want to do this as quickly as possible. Okay, we are winning this one, it looks like. We're landing in Dover. Okay, we landed in Dover. Oh, wow. No fight whatsoever. Let's just get the airbase as soon as possible. And let's get the Panzer expert. You. Let's get you in there as well. Let's just send you to the north. Put you on aggressive. Immediately execute. And have you guys just push and push. You really want to micro this. Because you don't want to mess this up. We need the airbase. Let's have... This is a pretty big airbase. So let's have you guys go there. Improved subs. Good. Let's do this one. Small airframe. Let's also build more subs. So let's just send in more troops. Put you on aggressive as well. Okay, London is surrounded. So don't waste too much on that. Let's get you out of there and let's have you... Well, actually, go here and push them. Now we just want to find gaps, okay? It's really important. So, for example, this guy is currently not doing much. I want you to attack the airbase. Okay, Plymouth is totally surrounded now, so that's good. And start pushing on Liverpool. As soon as you have Liverpool, you're pretty much fine. Oh, look at that. We're reaching in the north. We're reaching in the north. Go to Hull. Look at this, guys. This is beautiful. Go to Leeds, to Liverpool. This is just beautiful. We even got more naval dockyards now, thanks to the UK. I think we're getting Liverpool also. That's really good. And have you surround them. Okay, we got Liverpool now, which is good. Let's stretch the fall of London. We also got Liverpool. They should be done now. What? They're not. We gotta push on Birmingham, boys. Birmingham is surrounded. Yeah, okay. The UK is over. There's no way they're gonna recover from this. No, 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 no. You're definitely not pulling back. You're gonna keep on pushing. You're definitely not pulling back, boy. Okay, Birmingham's fallen. They should be done now. Or did they fall? No, they didn't. What is... Jeez, they're fighting for tooth and nail here, man. What is going on? Oh, Glasgow. Okay. Let's have you engage the cavalry. And let's have you push to Glasgow. Glasgow's done. They should be done now. Yes, look at that, guys. Wow. Beautiful Sealion there. Beautiful Sealion there. Wow. Great news. And now we got the UK. Free France. Norway, apparently. Oh my days. I forgot to declare war on Norway. Bruh. Oh. Well, here see, even I make mistakes like that. Yes, normally you would also declare war on Norway, and then you get Norway for free, basically. So that's how you do it, guys. I'm not gonna finish this all the way through, because this video is already long as it is, and I feel like from this point onwards, it's pretty much certain you're gonna win. It's gonna be very difficult to mess this up. Now, if you still mess this up, and you want a tutorial that goes deeper, then of course just tell me, and we'll do it. But, yeah, so that's how you take the UK. That's basically how you win as Germany in Hearts of Iron 4 in 2026. So, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. I'm also going to upload a Stellaris video at some point. It's going to be my first playthrough, so that's really fun. And let me know if you want more Hoi 4 content, because I like making this video. Okay? Thank you very much, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.